Hey, welcome to Stray Reviews. I'm Lee, and today what we're going to do is take a look at the Xero Prio Minimalist running and fitness shoe. Now, if you're not familiar with Xero, they're a smallish company out of Colorado, and they are enthusiastic about barefoot running and walking, and have created very minimalist sandals and shoes for those who like to participate in barefoot fitness, but would like a little bit of protection under their feet. If you've never seen the Prio before, they're pretty light. They're about 7.6 ounces. They have a 5mm zero drop sole. If that's just a little too low to the ground for you, they do include a separate 2mm insole if you'd like just a little bit more cushion. They have this they call it a huaracha sandal strap system that when you lace up your shoes, it brings the sides and the tops of the shoe a little closer to your foot to help conform them. They run for $89.99 on the Xero website, Xero. And the question is, are they worth it? Are they worth 90 bucks? We're gonna talk about that, and we're gonna look at the good, the bad, and the bottom line of the Xero Prio. All right, let's talk about the good. There's a lot to like, actually, about the Xero Prio. You can wear them pretty comfortably with socks or without socks. I can't guarantee that your feet aren't going to smell pretty bad if you've been wearing them without socks, but they're decently comfortable without socks, and that's a good thing, especially if you are trying to go as minimalist and barefoot as possible. They do come with a 5,000-mile warranty on the sole, so if it wears down or comes apart within that 5,000 miles, they will replace them for you, which is a pretty generous warranty. They're pretty flexible shoes as well. You can see they can pretty much be balled up like so. I found them to be pretty comfortable. In fact, it's a lot like wearing house slippers, kinda. If you go outside or go walking in house slippers, and I mean the kind of house slippers without the sole, it's a lot like that sensation, but with these huaracha straps, holding them a little more comfortably to your feet. One of the unique things is they give you a decent barefoot feel, and I'm sure that there's some barefoot purists out there that are probably disliking this video right now, but I'm not a barefoot purist. I'm kind of new into the whole minimalist shoe movement. I'm just sort of dipping my toe in it. I like that I can walk along, say, a gravel road and still get a decent barefoot experience without walking barefoot on the gravel, which would probably send me into some sort of strange chanting in foreign languages. One of the things that I was a bit surprised when I bought a pair of barefoot shoes, I expected something a little bit more flimsy, if that makes sense. I find that these are very unique in that they're flexible, they're super light, but they also seem rather rugged, which is something that I really like, especially if I'm going to be walking or running trails or along gravel roads, or just in environments that might tear up a pair of slippers. All in all, there are a lot of things in the good column for the Xero Prio. Okay, let's talk about the bad. What are some bad things about the Xero Prio? Well, the only thing that I found that was bad about the Prio was that I found them difficult to size. I went to the website, I followed their instructions, I stood on a piece of paper against the wall and marked a line above my toe with a pencil, and used that measurement to determine which size to order. Now, normally I wear a 10, and as it turned out, according to their specifications, I ordered a 10, I got them back, and they were way too small. So I sent them back, and then I ordered a 10.5 and an 11 to see which one fit the best. And so when I got them, the 10.5 fit, but it was snug. The 11, though, just felt massive. And so I don't know if that was the shoes that I got, or maybe I have oddly shaped feet, I don't know. But I found it really difficult to size them. I did keep the 10.5 because, like I mentioned before, the 11s were too big. And the 10.5 fits a bit snug, like I mentioned. And if I put in the 2mm insole, they're uncomfortably tight. The only real ding that I have to give the Xero Prios was, in my experience, I struggled to size them to something that was going to work for me. You might have an easier time of it, and I hope you do. So what's the bottom line on the Xero Prios? The bottom line is, I recommend them. I like them. I think that they're great shoes. This is coming from somebody with no sort of like minimalist running experience. This is coming from somebody who has not been like barefoot walking for years or anything like that. This is coming from somebody who is just sort of getting into this. But I give them a recommend mainly because they're very well constructed. They do kind of feel like I'm out in slippers, or the closest thing that I feel comfortable being a barefoot on, say, gravel or on trails. And they cost much less than their competitors. When you look at a brand like Vivo Barefoot, they'll charge you $150 for something comparable, and these are just about 90 bucks. If you're sort of like looking into getting into this whole minimalist shoes thing, and but you don't want to go and spend a lot of money, they're a great bang for your buck. They get 2 thumbs up from me. If you have any questions about them or comments, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. Also, hey, don't forget to like and to subscribe, and we've got more review videos coming your way.